So let's do a quick overview of Blackboard and what it's going to look like for you and how to use mail and things like that. This is an example of an A&P Blackboard page. Over here you have course information, course content, announcements, my grades, mail. All of these are going to be important. Course information is going to have videos regarding how things are going to work in the class, how to use things in the class.
I realize my hair is a mess, but I forgot something. At the top of that course information is the Start Here folder that houses all of the videos that are going to explain the syllabus and proctorio and do's and don'ts and things like that. So I wanted to mention that because I forgot to record it when I was doing the recording in the lab.
Instructor contact information. As you may have seen if you watched any of my videos, I told you guys that the best way to get in contact with me was to use my cell phone, which is right here. If you need anything, text me. Best way to get a hold of me. Office number is here for my Alice office. My Kingsville office, for some reason, the phone just isn't working correctly. I'm not sure why. If you're going to email me, use Blackboard email, but please do yourself a favor. And if you do that, send me a text to let me know. The thing about me is I'm terrible at checking my email. Not gonna lie, I'm horrible at it. But I always have my phone. If you let me know you sent me an email through text, I will check the email on Blackboard. But I'll be honest, if you're able to text me, it would be easier to text me. And I tend to check my phone multiple times a day. Email, it might be once every 2-3 weeks. So if you need an immediate response, if you need immediate help, best way, text me. This is my schedule as far as where I will be and what I will be doing during the day. My longest days are Tuesdays and Thursdays, because I'm in class straight from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. and then from 2 to 4 or 2 to 3:30, I don't remember now which, I am going to be working on prepping for my micro lab. You'll know kind of where I'm at. If I'm in class, I won't text you back, but if I'm free, I can text you back. It also has my tutoring hours and things like that. Syllabus and tentative schedule. So in this folder, you will find the Word document for your syllabus. My advice would be print it, keep a copy that you can basically get access to at any time. Something you can carry around with you with your books and things like that, because the important dates and what we're covering are on that syllabus, as well as my phone number and things like that. Now, below that, you've got the schedule that is in your syllabus with important dates that are highlighted on the right-hand side and color-coded. So if it's an orange, it's when your assignments for a unit open. If it's yellow, it's going to be when those assignments are due. If it's green, it's the opening of an exam. If it's red, it's when that exam is going to be due. This is your Bible for all intents and purposes. If something changes, I will announce it. But as far as I'm concerned, I will follow this schedule. As of right now, if nothing else goes wrong, this will be the schedule that we will follow for the entire semester. So that is your syllabus and tentative schedule. I'm going back to course information, McGraw-Hill information. McGraw-Hill is the software associated with your textbook that we will use for quizzes, exams, homework assignments, and SmartBook assignments. Your class has a specific page assigned to it that has your section number assigned to it. You can't just go to McGraw-Hill and go, hey, I want to get into an A&P class. You have to follow this specific link, okay? Now, this is the problem that I've had in semesters past. When you create a username and a password for this specific page, for my page, make sure you know which one that is. Because if you've used Connect in the past, you can basically make multiple accounts. If you do that, I'm going to go in, I'm going to check, and I'm going to start deleting. If I delete something that you've been using, oh well, you can only have one account. It's not fair for you to have multiple accounts so you can try assignments multiple times. It doesn't work that way. So when you make the account, put it in your phone as, you know, this is what I used for Connect. Put it somewhere that you know this is the right account for this. Something else, if at all possible, use your CBC email and make sure that your name is the same as what CBC has. If your name is Esperanza and you put Hope, sometimes the interface with your grades transferring from Connect to Blackboard won't work because it can't figure out who you are. If you use the email and the same name, it's perfect. Same with last names. If CBC has one last name and you're using another last name in Connect, it's not necessarily going to work and your grades may not transfer. Okay, so if you're having issues with Connect, this is who you contact. There's a chat. Here are the hours that it's available for you to contact them. There's the 1-800 number. I can do a lot of things. I have no idea about how to program a computer, how to update software for a computer. I don't know, but they do. So if you're having issues with Connect working correctly, you need to call them. And then finally, at the bottom here is my life size information. So life size is equivalent to FaceTime and will allow me to interact with you. I have a specific room, it's Ronica Williams' room, that we can meet in to discuss things that you're confused about or discuss issues that you're having or you need better explanations of things, anything like that. This is where we can meet virtually. So there's the link. If you're using the Life Size app on your phone and it asks for an extension, there's the extension. And for AP2 specifically, I have 2 hours a week set aside specifically for AP2. It's Monday, Wednesday, 10 to 11 a.m. And it is your responsibility to basically get online if you need my help. Now, if you can't meet during that 2-hour span, I'm also going to be available from 12 to 2 and 3:30 to 5 on Monday, Wednesday. If you cannot meet at any of these times, text me, let me know. We can set up another time where I'm free and you're free and we can work on whatever you need help with. And in that vein, because this is a 2-hour block, let's say, if nobody shows up in the first 10 minutes, I'm not going to sit on Life Size for 2 hours when I could actually accomplish other things. So if no one shows up within the first 10 minutes, I'll hop off. Now, let's say you can't show up at 12, but you can show up at 12:40. Well, I'll still be on there from 12 to 12:10, and if nobody shows up, I log off. But if you contact me and say, hey, Miss Williams, I can show up at 12:40. I can't show up at 12, but I can show up at 12:40. I'll set an alarm on my phone, and I will pop back on at 12:40 just to kind of help you out. So this is the course information page on Blackboard. Course content. This is where you are going to find all of your quizzes and the units with the chapters and everything else. I have not finished yet, but you will have a Proctorio orientation quiz. Proctorio is that software I mentioned when I was talking about the syllabus. You will have a syllabus and contract quiz that you will need to take. Now notice, these folders, some of them have instructions here. They have descriptions of what you are going to need to do. It's important that you pay attention to what this says, because if I've taken the time to write something there, it usually is giving you an explanation of something. So make sure you're paying attention to that. We have 4 unit exams. This is unit 1. In each unit folder, you will find your PowerPoint presentations, the recorded lectures, the quizzes for that unit, the required homework, if there is any, the bonus point opportunities through SmartBook, and your Unit 1 exam folder. Now for right now, you have your PowerPoint presentation, your lecture links, your quizzes, and your bonus point assignments. You notice that your exam is not here, and notice there's no folder with required homework. That means for this unit, there is no required homework. Required homework means that a portion of that exam is going to be the grade you get on that required homework. So if it says required, it's not optional, you need to do it. I'll talk about SmartBook more when we go through Connect, but there are links in here, direct links to take you to Connect, so you can work on your quizzes, or you can work on your SmartBook, or when the exam folder is open, you can get to your exam. All of these units are currently open, but when you get to the units that we are not on, you're going to have the PowerPoint and the lecture links, and that's it for now. When in the schedule it says the unit assignments will open, that's when this will open up with your quizzes and your SmartBook or required homework or whatever. Announcements. This is important because when I want to blanket tell you something as a class, I have 30 students. It is impossible for me to text 30 people for 7 different classes. So instead, I make announcements on Blackboard. If a due date changes, if I notice something is wrong, if I'm opening something up so that you have access to it, it all comes out on these announcements. You need to check these regularly. My grades. This is going to be where all of the things that are graded are. If you want to know what your current average is, it is your job to go through the grades, put them in the right columns, and calculate it. You know how to calculate it because it's listed in the syllabus. All you got to do is actually do it. All of the grades that I have for you will be here. The only exceptions will be with your exam if I have not graded it yet, or I haven't graded it with the percentage that is your required homework plus the bonus points from SmartBook. So those may be held back a little longer until I can get all of that calculated, but then I will post them. And finally, we have mail. When I say that you can email me through Connect, mail is how you do that. If you go to create message, okay, and you hit 2, all of your classmates are here, but in addition to that, so am I. I'm right there. When you click my name, move it over to recipients. So you click my name, move it over to recipients, scroll down, you can put in a subject and your email just like any other regular email. If you want to email me through Blackboard though, again, text me and let me know if it's something that I need to look at like right now. If you don't, you may not get a response for 3 weeks because again, I'm terrible at checking my email. You want an immediate response? Text me. So this is, for the most part, how Blackboard is going to work for you. This is where you go for announcements. This is where you go to for links to get to the Connect website. Now, if for some reason Connect is not working through Blackboard, just go to Connect. Go to Google, type in McGraw-Hill Connect, Click it, it'll give you a login. The login that you wrote down specifically for my class, that's the one you're going to use, and you log in. And usually, if it's not working through Blackboard, that'll work just fine through Connect itself.